Good morning. Oh, this camera is not in focus. Let me see if we can change that. Still kind of blurry. Let me try again. Good Wednesday morning. It's nice and quiet and still out there. Oh, there. Maybe it came into focus. Yeah, it could be my glasses are dirty. You never know. Meet me in Sukhasana on your mat. Couple blocks would be good. Coming to easy seated pose. You decide which shin is in front. And cup your hands over your knees, and just for a few breaths, let's warm the knees with just movement of the hands. And then circle in the other direction. And then pause, let the hands rest out here, cupped onto the knees. With the ears over the shoulders, drop your shoulders down like you have bowling balls hanging from your elbows. Let's turn the head to the right and then to the left. Let's do that 2 more times each side, to the right and to the left. See if you can relax the shoulders. Once more each way, to the right and to the left. Bring your gaze forward. Keep reaching through the crown of the head, and we're going to drop the chin down. Keep the shoulders heavy and in line, so we're not rounding past the neck. Don't let the weight of the head start to pull the ribcage spine forward. Now look up. Keep reaching through the crown of the head, so this isn't just simply throwing your head back and letting it go. And look down. Look up. And look down. One more round. And back to neutral. Now take your left arm and reach out and just make a fist. Engage all the muscles of the left arm. Now we're going to take the right ear to the right shoulder. I was not mirroring you there. Right ear to the right shoulder. Now take the right hand up and cup the ear. So keep the left arm engaged, the muscles engaged to help pull that left shoulder down. And you can move here through the arm, a little bit through the chin. I'm always amazed at how tight some places in my neck and shoulders are. It's nice to find those little places and give them a little stretch, a little wake up. Now let's switch sides. Right arm, make a fist. All those muscles engaged, left ear to left shoulder. Reach over and just a little assistance here. And then move the arm a bit. Move the chin a bit. If there's a place that feels really tight, just hold it for a few breaths. And then come back to neutral. Use your nose. Draw a great big on its side, figure 8 or an infinity sign. Keep the movement in front of your shoulders though. See how big you can make this and let your eyes wander around while you do this. Now reverse the direction. And then come back to stillness. On your inhale, shrug your shoulders high. On your exhale, let them go. 3 more. Inhale, squeeze, even crunch the neck downward, and then exhale, go. 2 more. Last one. Feel the sit bones underneath you, left and right. Rock a little side to side. And then we'll add the swirl, the Sufi grind. Come to the pubic bone, each sit bone, and then curl back there to touch the tailbone. So you really have to take the pelvis, the hips, especially the low back, through a lot of range of motion here. Go the other way. And let everything else just be loose. just kind of goes along with the flow. And then rise up. I want you to take your hands to your ribs. Send your ribs to the left as far as you can. Send your ribs to the right as far as you can. Send your ribs to the left, reach up and over to the right. Back to neutral, send your ribs to the right, reach up and over to the left. Keep going with this, but reach from your hip. So you get a little more stretch, not just the shoulder. You're reaching really clear down there from the sit bone. Let's do one more each way. Last one. Sit nice and tall again. Take your hands to your knees. Switch the cross of your shins. Pull on the knees. Let that bring your pelvis forward, heart forward, gaze up. Extension of the spine, cow. Now push down into the knees, round the back, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's do 2 more of these each way. Tying the movement with the breath. And last one. Rock over your knees and come to table with me. And once you arrive in table, make sure your blocks are out there beyond the top of the mat. And let's do some circling through the hips. Really juice up the joints with the movement. Go the other direction. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Up and back and move here. Always an opportunity to find some nice stretches in a down dog. Then coming to stillness, walk your feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. And you can step forward just a bit. Shorten your down dog. And now maybe your heels reach the mat, or at least they're a bit closer. Keep reaching in that direction nonetheless. They don't have to be flat. Breathe up and down the spine. 2 more breaths here. Now before we leave down dog, let's take a little twist. I'm going to take my left hand under my body to my right shin. Pull and twist. Look under your right arm, up towards the ceiling. Unwind. Second side, right hand under, over to left shin. Pull and twist. And we'll do 1 more each side with the option of right foot. Come up onto the ball of the foot like you're in a high heel. Take the left hand, wrap the fingers on the outside edge of that foot, and then push the heel down to help you twist. Unwind, take the second side, left foot up onto the ball of the foot like you have a high heel on. Reach across with the right hand. Wrap the fingers on the outside of the foot and then press the heel down to help you twist. Unwind. Bring the feet hip distance apart again. Now we're going to ripple forward into a plank. Push the mat away in your plank. Let's hold plank for 8 breaths. Notice what goes on in your mind. All that chatter, just step back and watch it. Don't be consumed by it. Be entertained by it. Watch it. I've got 4 more.
And the next exhale, lower your knees and find your way to your belly. Keep your feet and legs hip distance apart. Reach out long with both arms. So coming into a Superman, tuck the chin, bring the forehead down to the mat. I'm going to roll over to the right side. Clear up onto the side. And then lay your head on your arm to begin with. Flex the feet like you're standing on the wall. And pause here and notice how much goes on to keep you balanced even in this shape. See if you can keep the hips stacked one on top of the other. It's easy to lean back a little for balance. Challenge your balance. Now bend the left knee and bring the heel towards your bottom. Reach back for your ankle. Try to keep the pelvis stacked. I'll stretch the left quadricep. And play with sensation here. So you can pull on the ankle, push the ankle into the hand, reach the knee away, keep the knee lifted. There's lots of stuff going on. You can intensify the sensation if that feels good. Now let's find fallen tree pose here. We're still standing on the right leg, pretending to. Got the foot flexed. Now we're going to open the left knee up, pointing it up towards the ceiling, and bring the hips level. So you try not to lean back in this. See how much you can open the left knee without tipping back in the low back. If you want a little more balance, challenge, bring your left arm up by your ear. Now lift your head and take the heel of your hand behind your ear. Reach out there for your left big toe. And then extend the leg up high. And then try to stack those hips again. So you get a big external rotation in the left leg. But we're trying to stack the hips and not lean back into that. And then come out of that, roll over into Superman again, and just pause here and notice the sensations. Compare left side of the body, right side of the body. All right, let's take the second side, roll on to the left. Rest your head on your arm to start with. Now flex your feet like you're standing on the floor. And then check on the hips. See if you can neutralize the pelvis. It's easy to come into an anterior tilt. It's easy to increase that low back inner curve. See if you can neutralize. So you kind of scoop in your tailbone down towards your heels. Then bend the right knee and reach back there for the ankle. Open the right shoulder. Play with sensation here. You're going to feel this in the front of the right thigh. Check on the hips again. Check on that left foot. Keep it flexed. And then come into tree pose here, a fallen tree pose. Placing the foot, and then work on tweaking this. Keeping the left foot flexed. You're standing. Keep that right knee reaching up and out. And then neutralize the pelvis. It gets more and more difficult to balance even in this shape. Then maybe bring the right arm up towards your ear. Keep breathing. Now lift your head, cradle your head in the heel of your hand. Slide the hand down there for your big toe. Extend the leg long, and let's work those hips again. So big external rotation of the right leg. Then scoop the tailbone down towards your heels. So you're drawing your navel in.
and then back onto the belly.
We'll find Superman, and let's do a great big old locust pose here. So as you inhale,
Let's reach everything up. Lift it, arms, legs, and from your down dog, let's step forward, maybe 2 giant steps to the top of the mat. Bring your blocks out here, beyond the front edge of the mat, on the highest setting. As you inhale, swing your arms out and up. Exhale, hands home to the heart. Let's take 3 sun breaths. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold, hands to blocks, knees bent. Inhale, push into the blocks, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other, swinging the arms out and up. Exhale, hands home to heart. Let's do 2 more. Reaching from the hips. Get a little more stretch. Last one. Now walk the blocks a little closer to the feet. Keep the hands on the blocks. Step back with the right leg. So we're in a nice lunge. Check out the left knee. Make sure it's over the ankle. We're going to float back and forth from this lunge to pyramid. So straightening the front leg. So lunge to pyramid. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last one. Lay the mat or the blocks off of the mat. Bring your hands to frame the front foot. Drop the right knee and shoot the left leg back there. Foot is flexed like you're standing on the wall. Hips are level. Lift front part of the torso, especially the abdomen, towards the back. Reach out with the right arm. As you exhale, round the back. Elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. 4 more. And then coming back to table, 3-legged table. Keep the left leg lifted and then swing those toes across the right shin. Plant them. Push your left shin forward. Look over at your foot. Breathe into the left ribs. And then come back to table. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. And right away, take a vinyasa, so ripple forward. Find your way to your belly. Let's take 3 rolling back bends. So a little baby cobra, maybe even a high cobra here. And then tuck the toes, down dog. Right leg back and up. Step it forward. Now we're in a lunge. The other foot's forward. So pause here and really set your lunge up. Then you're going to start hopping forward with that left foot, coming to balance on the right, lifting the left knee. So you're kind of curled up here. Reach out there for your knee and stand. And find tree. So we found another tree. Really press down through all 4 corners of the right foot. Scoop your tailbone a bit. And then we'll do Fountain of Youth. So bringing the backs of the hands together, fingers point up. Inhaling the arms up. Chin mudra, so okay sign, kind of upside down on the way down. 4 more. 2 more for me. Root down through that standing foot. Last one. And then bringing hands to heart, knee comes forward. We're going to step back, finding that lunge, and then drop your knee. So roughly 90-degree angle in both legs, but the legs are hip distance apart with the hands at heart center. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Center. 3 more. Really twist and wring it out with your exhale. Notice maybe you're getting a little more range of motion in your twist. Last one we're going to hold. Then you have the option of folding forward here, bringing left elbow to right knee. Pressing the right hand on top of the left, pushing down to draw the heart to the right. Maybe gaze goes up towards the sky. Two more breaths here. And unwind. Fingertips to the mat. We're going to swing this right foot back. 3-legged dog. Bend the knee and stack the hips now. Don't let the shoulders stack. Now square the hips and reach long with that right leg. Bend your left knee if you need to. So we can really kick that right leg up. Now walk your hands to the left foot. Now come up. Take your time. Maybe you take your left hand behind your left calf. You can have the right hand jointed if you're brave. Now bring that knee forward, the right knee forward again. We're going to rise up on one leg, the left leg, try. And find tree again. And remember, there's lots of places for the foot in tree pose. Find the place you need to be. And then let's come to stillness in this tree pose. Decide where you'd like your hands to be. I'll just take a few breaths here. Three more breaths. Root down. Now bring your knee forward and bring your feet next to each other so big toes touch. See if you can come down in a squat here. Come slowly onto the balls of the feet. Pause here, hands at heart center. Push the hands together as the shoulders drop downward and the crown of the head reaches up. Right leg. I'm going to shoot it out long and then come to sit with my left knee bent. Keep a little space between the foot and the thigh. Right leg flexed like you're standing. Let's take this right arm around the left knee. Take the left arm up and back. And breathe. Unwind. Open the left knee like the page of a book. So kind of a seated tree pose, right? Sit up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, left arm up. And then folding over at the hip. Take the left hand to the outside of the leg, outside of the foot. Open that left knee. Breathe. You can even take the right hand behind you in a half bind and turn the heart more to the right. Unwind and bring this foot back to the mat. Now we're going to bend the right foot. This is an interesting transition. So I'm coming up onto my feet and then I'm dropping the left knee. And then I lift my hips back and up. Kind of a short, squatty pyramid pose. Now step the left foot next to the right. Bend your knees, let your arms hang, and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Arms overhead and hands home to heart. Walk the tightrope to the top of the mat. Get those blocks, and we'll place them right next to the feet. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the blocks, let's lift halfway. On an exhale, hands still on the blocks, step back in your lunge, left leg back. So set the lunge up, and then we'll go through a straight front leg into more of a pyramid, and then exhale back into your lunge. Straight leg in the front, and then back to pyramid. Let's do 5 more. I've got 1 more. Now drop your left knee and lay the blocks off to the top of the mat. Hands frame the right foot. Now we're going to shoot that leg back there. Keep it lifted. Back half of a bird dog. So reach through the heel, flex the foot like you're standing on the wall. And then pay attention to the pelvis. It's easy to externally rotate that lifted leg. Don't do that. Keep it in line. Lift the front half of the torso towards the back. Reach out with the left hand, thumb up. Round the back like a cat. Exhale. Knee to nose. Knee to elbow. And out. 4 more. Leg goes out, arm goes down. Now reline that leg, and we're going to swing the right leg across the left shin, almost like a little curtsy here. I'm going to look over my left shoulder and push my right shoulder forward. Coming into a little side bend here. And breathe. And unwind. Come back to table. Tuck your toes in your table. Lift the front half of the body towards the back. We're going to hover the knees for 10 breaths, so just an inch. Here we go. And notice the chatter in your mind. Just witness that without becoming a part of it. I've got 5 more. Next inhale, down dog. Down dog feels good. Left leg back and up. Step it forward. Back into that lunge. The fingertips frame the foot. And then we're going to hop forward, keeping the knee bent, and then bending the right knee. Hang on to it as you rise up and open up into your tree. Here we are, back in tree. Find your balance, root down, root to rise. Let's take 5, fountain of youth. Inhale, backs of the hands together. And rise up like a fountain. Exhale, chin mudra. 4 more. Tie movement with breath. One more. Harder to balance on that side today. Now bring that knee forward, and then we're going to shoot back again into a lunge. And I've got to look and see what's next. Oh, drop that back knee. We got to do our twisted kneeling lunges. So come up nice and tall, hands to heart. Drop the shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, just twist, 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 twist. Inhale back to center. So every time you twist on your exhale, notice maybe there's a little more range of motion. I've got 2 more. Stay here and fold, bringing right elbow to the top of the left knee. Press the left hand down into the right. Turn the heart to the right. Maybe you look up towards the ceiling here. Feel all that goes on to keep you balanced. All those stabilizer muscles. Twitching, adjusting, readjusting. Unwind, frame the foot, tuck the toes of the right, shoot the left leg back and up, 3-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Don't let the shoulders stack. Now stack the hips. Shoot the left leg back and up. The right knee can bend a little bit to help you really lift and lengthen. We're going to walk the hands to the right foot, coming into standing splits. Take the right hand behind the right calf, maybe even the forearm comes back there. And maybe even the left hand joins it. Now bring the left foot to meet the right. And then rise up. Pick that left knee up. And let's find tree here. Boy, am I having trouble with balance today. So much for my trees. There we go. And let's stand in stillness with this tree. It's very still outside right now. Three more breaths. Now bring your knee forward and bring the feet down so the big toes touch. You can have a little space between the heels and come into a squat, nice and controlled. And work your way down to the mat, coming onto your big toes or onto the balls of your feet. And hands at heart. Drop your shoulders. Reach through the crown of the head. Now fingertips to the mat and extend the left leg out long as you sit, arriving with the right foot on the mat. A little space between the foot and the thigh. Sit up on the sit bones. Keep the left foot flexed like you're standing on the ground. Take the left arm around the right knee. Take the right arm up, back and down. Push down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Unwind, open the right knee. So we're back in a tree pose. Sit tall on those sit bones. Reach up with the right hand. Folding forward, reach across the left leg. And use that to help pull you forward, keeping that inner curve on the low back. Take the left hand behind you, maybe a half bind to help you twist this a little more. Bring Bringing right ribs towards the left leg. And then unwind and lift the right knee. We're going to plant that foot. And then bend the left foot and then start working your way up. And as you come up, the right knee goes down. The left foot's planted. Fingertips are out here to frame your foot. Lift your hips straight back and up, coming into a little short pyramid pose. Plant your hands at the top of the mat. Step back in plank. Flip to the top of the feet. Lower the hips. As you lower the hips, the heart comes through the gate of the arms. Now we're in up dog. Tuck your toes, down dog. And we'll hold here. Let's hold down dog for 5 breaths. Move if you feel like you need to move. Otherwise, find some stillness. Two more breaths for me. Now float your knees down and meet me in Badakonasana. So feet together, knees out wide. And you decide how close your feet come to you. Take your ankles, your shins, and pull on the shins. Let that tip the pelvis forward. Now you can feel that nice inner curve of the lumbar spine. Bring your forearms out here to your shins. And then use the weight of the fold and the forearms to help open the knees, but resist with the knees. Don't just let them be pressed open. And then squeeze the glutes together. You'll feel an external rotation of the hips, a little more space. And then maybe you let go in this one and round. Let the head fall. Breathe up and down the spine. Use your fingertips to work your way back up. Let's extend both legs long and wide. Opavista Konasana. Come up off of those sit bones so you can kind of come to the front of the sit bones as you come down. Roll on your heels, point your toes forward, sitting tall here. Start to come into your forward fold. Again, spine is neutral. The movement comes at the hip crease. You'll start to feel this in the hamstrings, the inner thighs. Then roll on the heels so the toes point upward. And if you're able to lasso the big toes, take the toes, and the heart is leading this, so the heart comes forward and down. Drishti right down the tip of your nose. And hold this for a couple breaths, and sometimes you'll feel a little invitation to go deeper. And if you don't, that's okay too. Fingertips to the mat. Help yourself come back up. Reach under your knees. Help them back up. And go ahead and find your way to your back. Make sure there is a block close by. And we'll arrive in preparation for some bridge poses. So knees are bent. Feet, ankles are right underneath the knees. Everything's hip distance apart. Now lift one shoulder, tuck the shoulder blade. Lift the other shoulder, tuck the shoulder blades. So now you've brought your shoulder blades into alignment. Just notice the shape. I want you to bend at the elbows so your upper arms are touching the mat. Palms are facing each other right across your belly, right at the level of your navel. As you inhale, lift the hips, push the knees away, and then start pushing into the upper arms. If you start to feel crunched up in the neck, tuck your chin, lift the head, reach through the crown of the head, and then put the head down again. You'll find some space. And maybe you can lift a little higher, and maybe a little higher, and maybe a little higher. Hold here. Now come down one vertebrae at a time. This is where it takes some discipline. Bring your mind to the top of the back, the top of the spine, and start moving one vertebrae at a time back down to the mat. And as you're coming down slowly, start to tuck the sit bones up towards the ceiling. So you're flattening your back, arriving with the sacrum flat on the mat. Grab your block. We're going to lift the hips again and do a supported bridge. So slide that block underneath your sacrum, so low on the torso, not in the curve of the back, down on the flat part of the back. And then lift one knee and let the other one join it. And you can extend the legs one at a time straight up. Supported legs up. Feel free to open the arms into any shape that feels comfortable and supportive. Spend a couple breaths here and then settle into a shape for Shavasana. I like this shape with my knees bent and my ankles kind of hooked. Kind of a supported Opavista. You decide. And let go. Rest. In this moment, rest. You only have this moment. If the block's still underneath you, lower your feet, lift your hips, and take the blocks away for another breath or two. And then begin small movements that get bigger, more active, more young. And then come up to a seated position. Back where we started. Kind of cloudy out there. Haven't looked at the weather. I suppose it'll be rain. It seems like that's the mood of the week, rain. Let's inhale one more time. Reach up, bring the hands together. Gaze at the thumbs as you draw your hands to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Have a great Wednesday and the rest of the week. Thanks for joining me.